What is up, Thunder fans? That's right. Yes, this is the Sooner Surge crew, but we are here for our first edition of Thunder Forum Live, an opportunity to give Thunder fans a chance to call in, talk about this year's team. Obviously, they're 3-0. They've really scored at an elite level in 3 games, guys. There's a lot to talk about with this year's team. We can see comments coming in the chat. The phone lines will be open. But, man, one thing I got to ask, guys, and maybe it's too early. I don't think it is. It is the group. Jay, you there?
Sorry. Side note, man. Sorry.
Just turn off
right.
the camera. That would be appreciated. But, yeah.
Hey.
What were you saying, Jerm?
Is the 3 of SGA, Williams, and Chet better than KD, Harden, and Westbrook? I think that can be asked.
I think it's getting there. I saw Cade McFarland tweet it after the Nuggets game this seems like the first time Oklahoma City, legitimately you think they can win a championship. How they built it, last year, no one expected them to be the 1 seed in the West entering the year. It was still, even the year before they were, they're going to possibly have the number 1 overall pick. They made the play-in, weren't able to get out of it. Then, okay, they're going to be the back end of the West, sneaking into that play-in, maybe the final non-play-in spot. They're the 1 seed in the West. And, Sam Presti addressed every need that Oklahoma City had. And right now, Isaiah Hartenstein's not even playing. Look how good this team is playing.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you talked about the offense. It's great right now, averaging over 114 points a game. But they have the number 1 defense in the NBA through 3 games. The defense is what's going to win a championship. Yes.
Well, specifically, their defense against the guards right now is unbelievable. They're causing a lot of turnovers against really good play. Trae Young, did he have 10 turnovers? I believe the other night he had 10 turnovers, something like that. Close to it, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll pull it up.
Hey, no Jay Will, no Kenrich either. And I see Sportsmetric saying Boston, nobody matches up with Boston. Here's what I'll say, though, Sportsmetric. I think the way they built this team is very similar to Boston. If you look at it, with overall the way this team is built, very similar. They don't have a weakness. Years before, you could say can't shoot the ball good enough to win. You could say can't defend the 3 good enough to win. You could say Giddey's a liability. Giddey ain't a liability more because he's not there. So they don't have a whole lot of liabilities right now at this team. Here's the one thing. Here's the one caveat, though: injuries.
That's in any sport. Sportsmetric guy says OKC is a deep playoff run away from maybe passing that group of Durant, Westbrook, and Harden. We can do call-ins.
We'll drop the call-in line.
We'll drop the call-in link. Hey, guys, here's someone people not talking about right now. Obviously, SGA has been phenomenal. Everyone expected it. Jalen Williams, Santa Clara Williams has been great. Guys, Chet Holmgren looks like he is. The way he played against Jokic, he's gonna. Guys, I wonder, and this is something I'm curious about, guys. When Hartenstein comes back, is Chet's done pretty well at the 5.
See, he's going to go back to the 4. They talk.
But he has. I know he is, but
he hasn't
done pretty well so far at the 5.
But who's he played center wise like a Gobert?
Jokic. The best player in the NBA.
He swatted one and went to the other end and threw it down on someone's face, Jay. That's what he did.
I agree. And before we get to Jackson, I want to read Zias' comment. It says, this team is built to match up with Boston. It's a matter of us getting past the Mavs, and it seems the Lakers. You know what? I will say the Lakers, what they did on their roster, I like. I do. Other than Bronny, I love Dalton Connect, and Austin Reeves just continues to get better. And I'll say this. I like J.J. Redick as a coach. I didn't really think
it's too early, Jason.
I think it's a little early to say that.
And I'm not saying he's going to be God's gift to coaching. I'm just saying I like him.
You had the first night, he didn't even know who was subbing in and subbing out.
I know Sportsmetric guy's a big Boston fan, Bostonian, but let me say this. I think how Jason Tatum was treated in the Olympics has a fire under him. Like he's been great early on.
Yeah,
We got a caller on the line.
We got Jackson. What's up, Jackson? Thunder up.
What's up, guys? Well, I just want to say, I think it was Hunter. You said it at the start of live. This is the first time since Kevin Durant's last season here where you feel like the Thunder actually can go and win a championship. And I know you guys talk about it just defensively, how good this team is. And Hunter, you said it without Hartenstein. But you talk about their ability to just switch 1 through 5, no matter who's on the court, and not really have a defensive liability like you had last year in Josh Giddey, is I think what's going to help this team. And offensively, it's crazy to say, but the jump that even you've seen Shai take with just his ability to shoot the ball from 3 now is even much better. And then the way he's able to read the floor, it's at a higher level. And Chet Holmgren right now, there's an argument outside of Anthony Davis, he's playing like the best big in the NBA right now. Like Chet Holmgren just on another level. And J-Dub, yes, maybe his percentages don't look great right now, but you've seen him just continue to take another leap. He looks like that guy, okay. Like, is J-Dub your second option? Is he the third option, or him and Chet that 2A and 2B options? I'm sure we could argue that for a while. But it's just the jump that those 3 guys each have taken. And Aaron Wiggins, you talk about what he's done.
Wiggins, I love Wiggins.
Aaron Wiggins, that's the man that saved basketball, guys. I mean, he just, like, the way he plays on the court, you cannot have enough Aaron Wiggins on your basketball team. Like, he just plays the game the right way. And Isaiah Joe, to me, he's the one guy throughout the year I really want to see, I think, be able to keep up the consistency, because at times in the playoffs last year when they needed his shooting, it wasn't really there. Like he would hit a 3 or 2, but he wasn't like at that 40% clip. And also, you just look for the team to get back Isaiah Hartenstein soon. And it's crazy. Hunter, I think it was you that said Hartenstein isn't even playing yet. And this team defensively is just on, I'm not sure where it ranks all time in NBA history, but it's got to be on one of the top.
Stop. This is 3 games in the NBA season, and you are saying, like, come on, that's
about what?
No,
the
what?
defense ranking is one of the best in NBA history. You have
No,
a 3-game
Hunter,
sample size.
they don't have Hartenstein
Like,
yet. This is a team.
It doesn't matter, Jack.
I'll say this: Jackson has a chance to be one of the
Yes,
a really
that's
good
what I'm
defense, but
saying.
defense was the question mark for me going into this season.
Yeah, and they addressed it. They went and got Caruso, who also fits better offensively for the team, and then Hartenstein. I mean, so that you're not having to play Chet at the 5. I mean, it seemed at times that could have been problematic for the Thunder, which right now he's playing at the 5, and he's playing on an all. Like, continues this, and yeah, he's going to be on one of the all NBA teams. It's unbelievable what he's done these first 3 games. And I mean, you're already seeing that jump he's made from his rookie year to year 2.
Hey, thanks for the call, Jackson. Hey, one thing I'd like to know people's thoughts in the chat. Who is the starting 5 for this team? When everybody's healthy, what is their starting 5?
Hartenstein's starting, Jay.
They started Joe first game.
No, Hartenstein starts.
No, that's what I'm saying. Who do you think the 5 are? And I know, Jackson, what you're saying. You're saying that has a chance. I think you said, though, that it's the best. And I think that's
SGA.
You said one of the best.
SGA, Williams, Chet, Dort, and Hartenstein. That's your 5.
That's what I would go with, Joe.
That's what I think so, too. I think so, too.
And by the way, everyone's
Dort
forgetting
or Caruso could be swapped, I think, but I would think Dort is going to start. Just that experience and that chemistry that he has with SGA and just this Thunder team. I mean, he's the longest tenured Thunder player on the roster. And
let me
really
ask you,
been there since day 1 in the rebuild.
Let me ask the chat this too, and then we got Colin on the line, but I want to ask this and we'll get right to Colin. More important pickup in the offseason, Hartenstein or Caruso? Let's get to Colin. I'm asking more. Let's get to Colin. What's up, Colin?
What have you guys been talking about for the Thunder? I've been in and out.
We'll just start and talk about this season, expectations, how far can this team go, what the offseason moves, things like that.
To answer the question, I feel like definitely the biggest pickup was definitely Hartenstein.
Agreed.
I know we haven't been able to see much because he got hurt before the season, but I feel like in the preseason, I've seen the games, and I feel like he just adds so much more rebounding depth to the team and easier to face against the bigger lineup teams. And then the pair with Chet Holmgren and them running the double big lineup, we saw how good that was going to be. But this season, I've honestly been surprised with Chet Holmgren, the step he's taken, because everyone was talking last year about how he couldn't rebound, and now he's averaging around like 15 boards a game and 25 points. He's been really inserting. And in my opinion, the craziest thing I've seen with the Thunder team in 3 games is the depth that we've been able to do, because we haven't had a single like same starting lineup all 3 games, and we still are winning by 15 plus in every game, even with J-Dub not performing as he normally does and Shai still having his highs and lows. But with this team being able to still win by 15 plus and playing like their C game early on has just been crazy to watch.
Yeah, hey, I agree with that. And while people, and I agree, Hartenstein, like Greg says, rebounding alone. That was the number one weakness, glaring issue last year, rebounding, in my opinion. Okay? Even though you had Holmgren, rebounding. However, you cannot diminish, in my opinion, Hunter and Jay, you cannot diminish the importance of a guy like Caruso, because
that's my pick, Jerm.
Yeah, he's a veteran guy. He's a locker room guy, and he's a dog defensively. He's an unselfish player. Yes, they have a lot of guys in that guard position, but he is a huge addition in the locker room and other things. He's a coach on the floor. But I will say that it is easier to get out of the West than it is out of the East now.
I disagree with that.
What?
I mean, in the East,
by far and away, are the best team in the East, Jay.
That's the only team.
It's not very deep.
The Knicks have regressed. They're not as good.
Yeah, that's a great
point.
point.
It's not as deep, but you still have to beat the Celtics.
I agree, but that's a great point by Sports.
But the West was
regressed.
Yes, they have. And what the Knicks did after Hartenstein to trade, break up the Nova Knicks and bring in Karl Anthony Towns, I think that's a head scratcher for both sides. Like, I don't understand why you would do it. You had something going good with the Nova Knicks, and Jackson, it's only 3 games. I'm aware of that. I told you the same thing. But again, the West historically has been way better than the East. There's nothing in the East to make.
Jeremy's saying
Hunter, to get out of the East. I didn't say to win playoff games. To get out of the East, you have to beat the Celtics.
Oh, okay. I guess I get that.
So to get out of the West, tell me who you have to beat to get out of the West. You can't name who the elite team is.
Thunder.
I mean,
Denver.
There's the Thunder, Denver, Minnesota's probably going to be up there again. Dallas. I mean, they went to the NBA Finals last year.
West is the SEC. I love that.
Chief T-Bird.
I agree with that.
Chief T-Bird. Thanks for the super.
Appreciate it.
Go back to it. Sorry. It says, in a year where the Sooners have sucked the joy of everything, leave it to Sooners surge to brighten my day with some Thunder talk. Yeah. Hey, listen.
Hey, Jeremy,
tell them why we're doing this.
What's that?
Tell them why we're doing this.
Well, I just thought it'd be great to talk with a bunch of people about the Thunder. I mean,
there's not much. Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of places where you can just go talk Thunder with people, and that's why we're doing it.
Phone lines are open.
Hey, and Brody says,
I agree with this. I agree
with that too. Hey, real quick, I want to say this about Caruso. We were talking about Caruso the other night. Perfect example of Caruso. It's a close game. Everyone knows they're probably going to beat the Hawks. It's a close game. He comes in, makes 2 great defensive plays, and then, oh, by the way, in transition, gets an and one, okay? And looks to the bench and is talking. He is that guy that he doesn't score a lot, but in a crunch time where you need something, he's the guy that'll make that play. He's just all around. All he does is make you better. And the 2 guys they got, Hartenstein and Caruso, they make you better without scoring a point. That's what they needed with this team, with what they had. With what they had on the scoring side of the ball, they needed two guys that make them better without scoring points, and they got both of them. Sam Presti needs to – the guy's unbelievable. They may end up –
and he might have the number 1 overall pick, depending on how
the Clippers
it goes in LA.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to say it. I just think Karl Anthony Towns. I love Cat. I love him. I love his game. I love he stayed in Minnesota so long, but man, I don't know about
top 4. Who's your top 4 in the West?
Thunder, Denver, Phoenix. Let me see.
Lakers.
Anthony Davis, man. I mean, Austin Reeves has gotten way better. I'm not going to say the Lakers yet, man. Who would I?
You got Minnesota still up there?
I don't.
A lot of people still do. A lot of people are high on Minnesota still.
What about Memphis?
They're not ready, I don't think. They're not ready yet.
I think it's too early. I know your
Mavs,
boys there, John.
Mavs, hey, I tell you.
Yeah, the Mavs are up there.
Hey,
who's my boy, Hunter?
Right here, Grey God. I'm with Grey God. I think I got the only one I would change there, Grey God. I would take the Suns over the T-Wolves probably. But the Mavs with Klay Thompson.
That's true.
Is huge. I think Klay Thompson is going to have an unbelievable year. Now, Sports Metric guy does have Memphis in there, Jeremy.
Hey, Chief, the reason people are high on the Lakers, 1, it's the Lakers. 2, Anthony Davis, if he's healthy, it's a different thing.
Hey, and
LeBron's still playing at a high level. That's
what I was going to say. LeBron, as much as I think Jordan's better than LeBron, we're not going to talk about who the GOAT is tonight. But I will say this. LeBron is still putting up crazy numbers, and he's still playing high-level ball. I can't believe it, but he is, okay?
It's unheard of how he's able to continue to do it. What he did in the Olympics, and I mean, it's carrying over already into this young NBA season.
The thing about OKC, guys, to win a championship in the NBA, and I'm just going to say my opinion. I want to hear you guys too. To win a championship, you almost have to go through the process of winning a championship. Rarely does a team go to the playoffs and win a championship their first year. There's always kind of a process that you have to go through. OKC has begun the process as they had a great run last year. Their bench, they have great role players. A guy like Isaiah Joe, Hunter and Jay, a guy like Isaiah Joe who can come in off the bench and hit threes. They got defenders that you can sub and play. I just think that this team really has every piece needed. Now, the question is going to be, when they become the favorite, are they going to still have this dog mentality that they have right now? And by the way, the advantage they have over everyone is they are by far the youngest team and the most athletic.
And last year, I think, is what's going to help a lot. I mean, that first real playoff run for everybody, and you're bringing in Alex Caruso. I mean, he won a championship, 4-5 years ago in LA, that bubble season. He's familiar with playoff runs. Hartenstein was a part of one last year with the Knicks. I think that's what's going to, when you're young, you don't know what to expect. They got that opportunity last year, and I think they're going to run with it this year with, I mean, being able to get there last year and getting that first taste to know what you're going to expect come April and May. And yeah, as Grey God said, expose the flaws, and they solved them. I mean, they improved so much at the guard position just by bringing in Caruso and also at the 5. I mean, that was a serious question mark for Oklahoma City is, how are they going to be able to play with the best 5s in the NBA? And they go out and get Hartenstein that just furthermore helps with that rotation.
Yeah. Hey, phone lines are open if you'd like to call in. But Brody says this is top 6. Golden State. That's a surprise that you have them all the way up to 6. But they got some talent all around. Buddy Hield, guys, is going to have a massive year in Golden State.
I don't know why people expected him not to succeed there.
He's one of the best shooters ever played in the NBA.
It's the perfect situation for him. Buddy Hield to be in that Steve Kerr system with Steph Curry, where they're going to be chunking up a ton of threes it's a perfect situation. And I mean, right now he's balling.
Yeah. I still don't think Thunder has elite end of game skills. Many of these games
But-
come to us.
I disagree because I think SGA has been very clutch. When you have arguably, and it's arguable, the best player in the league, scorer in the league, arguably, I think you have end of game skills. And on the other side of that plate in 20, defensively, they've got the best defender in the league. Because I think Lou Dort's arguably the best defender. And you can put him on any one end of game and they can close out. Where they lacked last year, guys, they would fail to get a rebound in the last 2 minutes of the game. The other team would get 2 or 3 extra shots. The Thunder would lose. They've corrected that problem, they think.
Hey, who is the one team in the Western Conference you think is just going to be tough for OKC in the playoffs? Like the team is the Mavs their kryptonite?
I mean, I think the Mavs would be kind of a thorn in the side until you see otherwise. And I know Oklahoma City had a statement win first game of the season against the Nuggets. I still think that the Nuggets in the postseason they're tough. Jokic is
but Hunter,
I mean, he can take over a game so easily, and if they start to make some threes around him, I mean, you look at what they did against Oklahoma City game 1, they were shooting 18% from beyond the arc. If they get that number up to 30 to 40, that would be a tough
Hunter,
series.
I'm with Brody and Space. I've taken the Nuggets back. I think they've regressed. And here's the thing.
No depth. They've
Here's
lost,
the thing.
Pope. Pope went to Orlando.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of their depth guys.
Here's the thing with the Mavs. They were already a team that a thorn in my side as a Thunder fan. I don't like him. And then you throw Klay Thompson in there, who's the Thunder killer. Okay. He's a Thunder killer. And now he's on the Mavs too. I don't want any part of the Mavs if I'm the Thunder.
Lively's.
They to me, anytime you got one of the greatest players in the league on your team, plus great complementary players like they do, where you can double team Doncic and they pass it off to Klay, to me, that's a matchup I don't want any part of. And then Greg said Lakers would be a second.
Here's where the Lakers show no threat, in my opinion. I don't think they're young enough to be able to stay with the Thunder in 7 games. I think the Thunder's athleticism, youth, all that went out. Like, who do you have on the Lakers, Jay and Hunter, that you would say, man? I mean, Anthony Davis is great. He's old. LeBron is old.
I wouldn't call Anthony Davis old.
Russell is old.
Body.
Compared to the Thunder, they're ancient.
Body-wise, he's old. Everybody's ancient compared to the Thunder.
Yeah, they're the youngest team in the league. Like, they still have that playoff experience. I mean, Anthony Davis won a ring. Like, they've been in the playoffs a lot. There's so much playoff experience on that team.
Colin asked a trivia question. When was the last time they started 3-0? Austin said 2016. I think he's right, but I'd have
next game Wednesday night.
Yeah, Wednesday night, San Antonio.
Against the Spurs, late start.
Hey, Wembyana, he has no help around him. Like,
no,
I don't. People want to compare him and Chet. It's not even in comparison. Chet has so much help compared to him. They're not. They may be worse than last year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Possible,
Hey, people want to talk about PJ Washington draining corner threes all night long against the Thunder. Yeah, that hurt. People want to talk about Luka's, the way he plays in the playoffs, where he was getting calls and pushing off and whining. Yeah. OKC lost that series because they could not rebound. Jones is a huge loss for them. We'll see if they can replace him. But OKC went and got Hartenstein. I think they've addressed the issues of what caused them havoc in last year's run.
Colin, I'm at 61 wins. I'm at 61 to 62 wins, kind of where I'm picking.
Corey would like the link. Where's the link?
I think it's pinned, but What do you guys think? Total wins? Are you around there, or do you think higher than that? It's hard to pick like 66 wins.
Yeah.
Jackson's 53.
I want to say they won 56 last year.
Yeah, I'm going about 62.
65.
I'm going 62. I think they
that's
win.
where I would go, Joe.
I think they win some of those games that they usually lose against teams, like they'll slip up. I think they have too much talent. They'll just win those games. That's what I would say. But
I was going to go try to find the link for him.
I do like what San Antonio did. I mean, this offseason, bringing in Stephen Castle. I think that's a great pick for them in that spot that they were in.
Chris Paul.
I mean, Chris Paul's a vet. I mean, if you have a young guard like Castle, like, why not have somebody like Chris Paul there to help get him accommodated to the NBA?
Gray got said 65 wins. Stephen G says, did the Thunder save any other OU football fans from just having no sports? You know why? I heard this on the radio today from Caden McFarland. I'll give him props, and then we'll get to Corey. He said, did OU, OSU, and TU have bad years? It has to be so the Thunder can win a championship. That has to be the silver lining of this year, is that those three teams suck so bad. That has to mean that the Thunder are going to win a world championship. Has to, right, guys? Let's get to Corey. What's up, Corey? How you doing tonight?
Okay, this is weird. Like, I've never seen y'all do a Thunder live before.
First time, bro.
But I'm loving it.
First time, bro.
I'm loving it. But I think the Thunder are gonna have maybe 70 wins.
70. Wow.
That'd
be one of the best of all time.
I mean,
top 3.
You can tell me I'm wrong now.
Here's what I'll say to that, Corey. I think the days of that are over because I think guys sit out too many games. That's
load management.
Yep. Load management prevents you from having any Golden State or Chicago Bulls years. That's
how many will they win in a row before they lose a game? How about that?
I think they lose. Here's where I think they might lose a slip up at Portland.
Oh, Portland? That would be no.
No, I'm just saying it's a game that you could slip up. I don't know.
What night is that?
I don't have it in front of me. I think that's game 5 or 6.
Friday night, 9 o'clock.
That's what I was
Central
thinking.
Time.
It's just you never know in a game like that. I mean, I wouldn't pick them to lose, but it could be a slip-up game.
I think the first loss of the season is against the Magic, November 4th.
You know, I'm kind of nervous to the Thunder game.
What was that, Corey?
Corey, what was that?
Oh, I'm trying to go to the Thunder game on November 15th when they play the Suns in the NBA Cup.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Hey, yeah, we're going to do this a few nights a week, probably at least. So thanks for joining us, Corey.
This is a great point, my great God. Chet playing 82 games wore him down. They don't need to be doing that, do they? And I know a lot of people don't like it. You go to a game and the guy's not playing, but for the Thunder
with Chet, I don't know how much he would cut it back though. He just seems like the kind of guy that wants to be.
He loves to play.
I think they could maybe talk him into 75, 72 even, but any more than that, I can't see him being down with that. I think he wants to play.
What do you think?
I hate the load management stuff. I hate it. It is running the sport. Guys get paid a whole lot of money. Now, I do think taking a night off every now and then is fine, but you cannot, in my opinion, not playing any back-to-backs, things like that are ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you know what? Football could learn something from basketball. I think I heard this on the radio too today. But on basketball, if you get injured and it's your turn to shoot a free throw, if you don't shoot it, you're out the rest of the game. How about football figure something out with injuries? Sit out a series or something if you fake it.
Hey,
Jeez.
To Colin's question, Caruso's a bench guy, 100%. Caruso is a bench player all year.
Yeah, he knows his role.
And I heart you start. I know where Chet admitted himself. Yeah, you get banged up. You get just pushed around. You got to have some time. I think when it is kind of the key. Guys, we're 30 minutes into this. first I want to say it's been fun talking OKC talk, guys. OKC Thunder talk, NBA talk. It's kind of refreshing as that season is getting here, and it's going to be carrying us all the way through winter.
Yes.
We do want to say thanks for Chief T-Bird and the Super, and really for everyone who hopped on here from our other show. And if you're new to this channel, and if you're not new, share with your friends that we are going to be doing Thunder Forum lives throughout the week.
Throughout the week. And I'll say this, like on game days, the hope is we could go live right after the game and discuss it too. I think that'd be fun. So that's kind of what we're looking at, at least 2 to 3 nights a week where we can chat OKC Thunder basketball. I mean, it's a great time to be a Thunder basketball fan. As much as us Sooner fans, it's always say it's a great day to be a Sooner fan. Right now, this Thunder team could legitimately, in my opinion, this could be one of the next. You talk about the Warriors. They have the talent to win a few championships, and it's just whether
you got to win one first,
together.
Jay. You got to win one first.
I agree. I'm just saying they have the pieces there. Now they have to go do it, and maybe it's a stepping stone. Maybe it's not this year. Maybe it's next year. But they have guys that'll be here for the next few years at least to get one. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And maybe that's something we see Caruso over Dort in the end games. But thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate everyone in the comments and the call-ins and the supers. And we'll see you next time on Thunder Forum Live.
Have a good night.